Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Aurora Pradita. You can call me Miss Aurora. And today, we're gonna learn about explanation text. Before that, this is the learning objective. The first is student can identify explanation text by rating the correct social function, generic structure, and also language feature. And the next, discuss explanation text according to the correct generic structure and also language feature. Okay, everyone, what is the explanation text? Do you know what is the explanation text? Alright, explanation text is a written text that is non-fiction to explain about something. These texts often tell you as the fundamental reason how something works or why something happened. Explanation text is a type of text in English that explains a process. Talking about the process, this text is almost same with the procedure text. However, if a procedure text explains about how to do something, while this text explains how the process occurs. That's why we can see the explanation text function to provide information through detailed explanation of phenomenon that occurs. Do you understand until now? Alright, the next is generic structure. This explanation text divided into three generic structure. The first is general statement, explanation, and also conclusion. Now I will explain one by one. The first is general statement. General statement is explain about general description of the natural phenomena or events that will be discussed. The point can raise about the process of how this phenomenon can occur. And the second, explanation. After knowing in general the phenomenon to be discussed, this section explains the cause and consequences arising from this phenomenon. You can do a description arising in a few paragraphs regarding the cause and effect. And this session is also known as a series of explanation. And the last is conclusion. Conclusion is interpretation in explanatory text can be said as a review or conclusion. You can provide feedback or statement regarding the phenomena raised in the text. Next is language features. Language feature divided into some, I think a lot, but I will explain some of language features in explanation text. The first is focus on general nouns. For example, chocolate, wave, and etc. And the second, because this type of writing discuss the fact, the tense used is the simple present tense. For example, the term tsunami comes from the Japanese. And the third is the use of action verb, which are a verb used to describe the action that is taking place. For example, do, make, create, bring, come, and so on. And the next is adverbial phrase. For example, especially for, generally known as, and etc. And the next, using chronological conjunction such as next, first, then, to begin, and the others. And the last is using technical terms. Technical terms are in accordance with the content of the paper being discussed, for example, cacao, tsunami, and etc. And the next is example. Let's see an example here. There is a text entitled entitled How Does Earthquake Happen? We can see that the first paragraph is a general statement because it discusses earthquake in general. Yeah, you can see and you can read one by one. You can read sendiri, ya. And the next is, in the second paragraph, is an explanation. Here it is explanation how earthquakes are formed or occur, right? And the last is the conclusions. Well, next we will identify the language structure of the text. Please, I will give you text and you can prepare a pen, and don't forget to write down sentence or word that have language features. Alright, in the first paragraph, have a simple present tense in the first sentence. That is, the term tsunami comes from Japan, right? And the next is there is conjunction in the first paragraph too. The first paragraph in N, right? And the next in the second paragraph, in the first paragraph too, have adverbial phrase in a lake or a sea is rapidly displaced on a massive scale, right? And the next in the second paragraph, you can see the first is action verb in the blue word, right? And then vertical is abstract noun, and conjunction two in as displays. And next is technical terms in the last paragraph, gravity and equilibrium, right? And the next is the last paragraph is simple present tense in tsunami always brings significant damage in the first paragraph, in the third paragraph, right? In the first sentence, in the third paragraph. And abstract noun is hake, right? And you can provide, if you done yet finish, you can write in your books or in your paper, right? And next is assignment. Make explanation text with the theme of natural disaster in Indonesia, in your village. Okay. And determine the generic structure and also the language feature, and I will check one by one in the next meeting. Alright, the last is conclusion. Conclusion, we will learn about explanation text, right? Explanation text is the text that often tell you about how something works or why something happened. The text serves to provide information through the detailed explanation of a phenomenon that occurs. I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to do your assignment. See you in the next meeting, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone.